Since we will celebrate Valentine's Day tomorrow, today we will talk about love. So let's open our Bible. Let's read 1 Corinthians chapter 13. For you who already have love, you read the verses. For you who have not love, read the even verses. I'm just kidding. I think everybody already have love, right? So let's read together the whole chapter. 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Let's read together the whole chapter. First Corinthians 13. It is good also to read the last part of chapter 12. You ready? Mine is an NIV version. Please feel free to read any version that you have. For me, NIV is easier. It's like Indonesian. Okay, let's read the last part of chapter 12 verse. And now I will show you the most excellent way. Verse 1. If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have a faith that can move mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and surrender my body to the flames, but have not love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails, but where there are prophecies, it will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be still. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when perfection comes, the imperfect disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put childish ways behind me. Now we see but a poor reflection, as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. One day there was blackout in New York City. You can imagine what happened when a big city like New York experienced blackout. So in the evening, two young executives who share room together at an apartment came back from work, and they found out that the elevator didn't work because of blackout. And they lived in the 30th floor. So they had to take the stairs. Wow, can you imagine? After working the whole day, and now they had to take stairs, 30 floors. But they didn't have any choice. So before they went to their apartment, they bought, like soft drinks, or when they are tired, they can drink. So they walked. They took the stairs. After about 20-30 minutes, finally they got in their apartment. And when they were in front of the door of their apartment, both of them just looked at each other. Come on, You open the door. No, you have the key, right? They found out that both of them left the key in their car. So they had to go back to the basement, took the key, and then went to the 30th floor again. They forgot what is very important to them. The chapter that we just read is about a correction to the congregation of Corinthians. If you read the whole book of this book, you will find that the congregations of Corinthians was very charismatic, which means they were so rich with various gifts. If you read chapter 12, for example, the congregations had all of those gifts. So they were so rich with charisma, with the gift. But at the end of chapter 12, Apostle Paul said, and now I will show you the most excellent way. Something that is more important than gift. And we read from verse 1 to 3 how Apostle Paul enlists 5 reasons, 5 things why love, and why is love the most important thing in our lives. In verse 1, if you don't mind, please open your Bible again. Apostle Paul says, if I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. Here, number 1, Paul says that love is more important than spiritual gifts. You remember on the day of Pentecost, when the very first gospel sermon was ever preached, God gave the apostles the special gift of being able to speak in languages that they had never learned, so that the people hearing them could understand what was being said. And in the history, maybe some of you have heard about a man named Giuseppe Caspar Cardinal Messofanti. He lived in the 18th century. This man was so genius, according to historians, and many people who learn about him. It said that Cardinal Messofanti spoke around 38 languages and 50 dialects fluently, and spoke many other languages with less fluency. So he could speak Biblical Hebrew, Rabbinic Hebrew, Arabic, Chaldean, Coptic, ancient Armenian, Persian, Turkish, modern Greek, ancient Greek. I hope Indonesian too.
Or Spanish.
Or Spanish. Oh yeah, he spoke Spanish for sure. Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, French. Can you imagine that? 38 languages and 50 dialects fluently. But Apostle Paul said, even though you are able to speak all languages in the world, which is about how many? 2,000 languages and dialects. Even though you are able to speak those 2,000 languages fluently, but if you don't have love, what Apostle Paul said, you are like a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. Did you know that in the first century, there was a big gong or cymbal hanging, yeah, like this, yeah. Hanging at the entrance of the most pagan temples. So when people came to the temple, they hit. Why? To awaken their gods, so that the gods will listen to their prayer. So they worry that their gods were sleeping, so they have to hit the gong. Gong, and then the gods wake up. Oh, okay. What do you want from me? Something like that. So that was in the first century. And Apostle Paul knew about that. And what he said, if you don't have love, what you say, even though it's so beautiful, you know Spanish, Indonesian, English, Chinese, but in the ears of God, what you say is like a big gong, which is nothing. Love is more important than spiritual gift. And then verse 2, Paul says, if I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, but then have not love, I am nothing. So here Paul says that love is more important than knowledge. Even when we know, if we know, everything in the Bible, we know about philosophy, about psychology, about theology, or every other kind of ology, biology, something else. But if we don't have love, Apostle Paul said, it's nothing. It doesn't mean that, oh, okay then, I don't need to go to school. I know the student here. What I need to have is love. When their parents, you have to study hard. Oh, Mom, Pastor Beny said, what is important is love. No, not something like that, We have to learn many things, right? I always encourage the youth to study hard. But Paul reminds us, even though we become a smart people, we earn degree, master degree, or even doctorate degree. But Paul reminds us, if you don't have love, what we learn becomes nothing. Verse 3, actually verse 2b, yeah? After he said, if I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mystery and all knowledge, and if I have a faith that can move mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. Is faith important?
Yes.
Of course. We are saved by or through faith in Jesus Christ. Without faith, we cannot please the Lord. Faith is vital. But even though we have faith, a right faith, but if we lack of love, Apostle Paul said, what? I'm nothing. So faith should also be accompanied with love. And then, number 4, love is more important than generosity. Verse 3, if I give all I possess to the poor, then, but have not love, I gain nothing. Yeah, we give to the Lord, give offering, we fight, we also help others,